Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night to all the stamp collecting fun people around the globe. And this is Peter reporting for duty, my daily delve and dive into stamps and all things stamps. So what are we going to look at today? Well, we'll start today with maybe a little hint at what we're looking at. So here we've got UK Mail, and also we've got delivered by Royal Mail with a code. What does it all mean? What on earth is going on here? And we have a man with a unsmiley face, and she's not happy, and he's off to post a letter, and post office and mail closed. Well, the first thing we notice is there's no stamp. It's simply a printout. What is UK Mail and what is Royal Mail? Is there a difference? Well, of course not. Well, of course there is. The first thing I've got to tell you is this is an official government missive. It is a document has been posted basically from the government to my house, and they are using UK Mail, who then get it delivered by Royal Mail. Remember the easy days when you stuck a stamp on it and they all lived happily ever after? Well, there's a bit of a split going on there. What is or what was UK Mail? Well, it's actually what is UK Mail. What it was DHL Parcel. So it was a private company set up, and eventually they've changed the name to UK Mail. It sounds more connected, doesn't it? You know, it sounds better. It stops people thinking, what are we doing having, Anyway, we won't go down that particular rabbit hole today, but it's a tragedy because millions of these will be going out daily, and every one of them could have a stamp on them, but unfortunately not. So what I'm going to do today is have a look at the good old days when we had UK stamps, and we'll go down a few, and we'll see what we can discover along the way. Beat the rush, post something or other, an Isle of Man stamp, 67p. So we're looking at a quite modern stamp, I would say. There's also codes around. When you see codes around, then maybe there's stuff going on. I don't know. I'm suspicious of codes. So I like to ask AI what the code means. This, by the way, if I can get it out. Where's it gone? Oh, here we are. This, by the way, means it is being delivered by Royal Mail. So there has been a handover, and that sort of lettering proves it. And also where it's to be returned to. Apparently. Whether that makes any sense, I don't know. Okay, here we have a very nice picture from the Thomas the Tank Engine series. The year is 2021. So it's the 18th of December, 16th or 18th of December 2021. And it's not actually Thomas who is in this picture. It is Gordon who is annoyed at James, apparently. And it's from a drawing by the artist Reginald Dalby, who drew and painted, presumably, the Thomas the Tank Engine series. Yeah, so that's nice. Beat the rush, post early maybe for Christmas, or last post. I'm not quite sure. We'll go on to the next one. Well, here we have a double stamp, and I like these because you get two for the price of one. This is from the year 1981. 29th of the 7th it was issued, and strangely the 29th of the 7th comes up here. So maybe it's from a first day cover, or it's a first day certainly that this stamp maybe was issued. Where is this place? Well, this is another artist impression of St Kilda's in Scotland. So it's an impressionist painting of it. And we have Prince Charles and Lady Di, as they are now Princess of, or as they were, Prince and Princess of Wales, and then obviously King Charles. Prince Charles has become King Charles. Fascinating, fascinating. So we go to the next one, please, and here we'll have a look at maybe a dire warning. York is a mechanised letter centre. Please use postcodes. So what we're saying here in this particular cancel is use your postcodes because they're going through the machines, the rise of the machines. There's nobody looking at them. So no one's saying, oh yeah, I know where 15 Bridge Street is. They don't say that anymore. The machine is reading it. So we've got to use the postcodes. Am I against postcodes? Absolutely not. But it just shows that times were changing. So this was, I don't know when that was. Now here we have a fairly interesting stamp. It is, first of all, it's got a cancel of a place. Did that have a place? York, yeah. Oh, by the way, I did say this was Isle of Man, didn't I? Yes. So here we have Bournemouth and South Sea, which is on the south coast of England. And this recognises the death, or indeed the birth, of Charles Dickens, one of our great authors. And it has a scene from David Copperfield in it. It's 5p. It is probably from 1970 by the look of it. So yeah, that's a nice stamp. Do you have something for the human condition? Northern Ireland stamp. I haven't really had a good old investigate with this, but we'll have a look. Year 2000 it looks like, maybe. First class, so yeah, there's no monetary on it. So it looks like the year 2000. Right, next stamp we have, interesting place, Sudbury, Suffolk. That's a nice cancel, sock on the nose they would call that. And someone's been kindly to cut it out. And it's come into my possession. And this letter was posted at 6 p.m. on the 24th of May, 1973. That's better. That is so much better. Nice pink, and it's a 2.5p. Where is Sudbury though? Well, it's in Suffolk, which is, if you look at the map, it's on the bottom right-hand side. The big bulgy thing that stands out. There's Norfolk and Suffolk. Some famous people from there, by the way, Sudbury. The artists Gainsborough and Constable were very active around there. Also, Geoffrey Chaucer, who invented. Was that Thomas Caxton or Geoffrey Chaucer? Oh, Chaucer's Canterbury Tales. His father was a wine merchant in Sudbury. You know, it's a nice market town, population about 13,000. A bit like where I live here in Denby. And lovely place. Other famous people would be Bob Hoskins, the actor, and to go further back to the 1300s, Simon of Sudbury, who was both Lord Chancellor and Archbishop of Canterbury, he introduced the poll tax, and he was born in 1316, he became Lord Chancellor, became head of the Church of England, but unfortunately the Peasants' Revolt started after he introduced the poll tax, and the rebels executed him, severed his head, strung him up over London Bridge, that sort of thing, which they used to do in those days. And eventually the head was cut down and removed to St Gregory's Church in Sudbury, where it was replicated using cork. So if you go into St Gregory's in Sudbury, you'll see the replicate of Simon of Sudbury's head. Interesting tales, interesting times. Bournemouth and Poole. Here we make a bit of a 76 green, 6D or 6P, 6P. Just going back to Sudbury, by the way, it is mentioned in the Domesday Book, Sudbury, so it is an old place. There was Roman evidence there was Saxon workings there, and it's Old English for South Borough, possibly, Sudbury. Does that sort of make sense? Saxon, it sounds a bit German. Sudbury, possibly. Anyway, we go to the next. We'll hang around there. 13th of December 1973. Loving the dates here. Love the sock on the nose. Stratford upon Avon. A scene like from Good King Wenceslas. All these stamps on paper, and they are preserved nicely on the paper, so you can basically glue the back of the paper and not damage the stamp. Back to Bournemouth again, 1969. So here we have 5D. It's just on the turnover. This is St Giles in, I don't know where. I was hoping I would find out before now, but no. 5:15 p.m. I wonder if they did it in quarter hours, possibly. 4th of June 1969, and again you see the silhouette of the Queen, and yeah, it's a lovely stamp. We have to plough on quickly here. So now we've got Where in Hearts. This is the York Minster symbol from 1355. Again, we've got a good old cancel there, 3.5p. The date is missing, but it's not a bad. It ain't bad. It's worthy. Here we go over to the Isle of Man again, and again it's a sock on the nose. Douglas is obviously evident there in the cancel, and we have the legs of man, and we have the Queen and the Isle of Man, and yeah. So nothing really else to say about that at the moment. Belfast, we have a Robert Burns stamp, and really I haven't, of all the cancels, this is one of not least interest, but I couldn't really glean anything extra from that. But it is a lovely stamp, and it has Rabbi Burns and Rabbi Burns and Majesty the Queen. Okay, we come to the last two now. Here we have Didcot, which is in Oxon, which is Oxfordshire, 4th of November 1976. What do I know about Didcot? Well, until recently it was a place of a huge power station, and they had these huge carbines or turbines or whatever they were, towers they were. They eventually have been pulled down, but it was a place that people would go and have a look at them. The population here has increased exponentially, certainly since the railway landed there in 1884. I'd say at that time it was a village. When the railway came, it is now a land. It's a town. So there's about 30 to 35,000 people, and because it's on the railway, it gets a lot of people from London moving into the area. So it's one of the fastest growing towns in Britain, Didcot. Any famous people? Yeah. Well, one, John le Carré, the spy writer. He did Smiley's People and the like. Tinker Tailor. He was a teacher in Didcot, presumably before taking up writing and working for British intelligence. I don't know. We won't go down there. Didcot, it was like Sudbury. It's mentioned in the Doomsday Book. What it actually means is cottage of Dida, or Dudda, D-U-D-D-A, or Dida. So we're looking at possibly Welsh influence or Celtic influence around there, or Dudda, which could be again a Norse or a Old Anglo-Saxon. We don't know, but it's named for the cottage. So there was a bloke who lived in a cottage there, and it all stemmed from him. That is all for that, and we come to my favourite of all, Wigan, Lancashire, on the Red Rose, Elizabeth of Glamis, cracking stamp, beautiful cancel there, 10:15 a.m, 26th of July 1976, sock on the nose, 8.5p. All these stamps are worthy. I did have a bag of UK stamps on paper, and these were the ones I have put forward to mount and to keep and to talk about today. So we'll say goodbye for now, And don't forget, if you can post, use a stamp. Watch out for these little things here. Investigate them, see what's happening. Forewarned is forearmed. Thanks for watching and all the best. Bye for now. Bye.